And this is the global forecast for July 2023, brought to you by the wonderful people at asktheanswer.com, the UK's leading website for tarot readers, psychics, mystics and channelers. In recent times, in this last few weeks, we've had Pluto go retrograde, Neptune go retrograde, Saturn go retrograde. Jupiter and Uranus are still moving forward. Venus is about to go retrograde. If you looked in the western horizon, at any time over the last 2 or 3 months, about 2 hours after sunset, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours after sunset, you're going to have seen Venus really bright, 3 or 4 times brighter than the brightest star. And now Venus is getting very rapidly low on that horizon, very fast. Within a week it will have disappeared from view. And it will fade beneath the horizon as it gets ready to go retrograde, which it will at the end of this month, before disappearing completely below the horizon next month, and then reappearing at the end of August in the east as the morning star, coming up before the sun. Now, something like this happens every year, every year and a half, 5 times every 8 years. So it's not uncommon. But Venus is going to add to a large number of planets being retrograde, suggesting to me that for many of us, this month is the start of a long-term process of more integration, reassimilation, reevaluation, reconsideration of what's happened so far this year and how we're going to manage it. Now, May and June have been particularly challenging in terms of world events. I am cautiously suggesting that July is not going to be so extreme. The full moon on July the 3rd is relatively tame, and the new moon in Cancer on July the 17th is also not challenging any of the large-scale long-term planets. So I don't see this as being a problem. Venus going retrograde is the only major issue here, apart from the fact that Mars is changing sign. Mars is going to move into Virgo on the 10th of August. So everybody, then Mars is going to spend 10 days building in opposition to Saturn. So all of you born in the first 7 days of Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini are going to know about this. And if there is going to be any sort of big global events, it's going to happen as Mars builds in opposition to Saturn. So I'm particularly looking at the time around the 18th through to the 22nd of July. That's when there's going to be a lot more hard-nosed, yes, no, black, white, no compromise, no negotiation situations. But that it's more of a short, sharp surgical strike rather than a long, drawn-out affair. So I do expect something to occur then that's make us all going to collectively draw our breath, but nothing that's going to change the large-scale, long-term world dynamic. Mercury will change sign at the end of the month, as will the Sun. Venus will go retrograde. Compared to the last couple of months, it's quieter, although the 18th to the 17th to the 20th period is a little bit of like, it's the pimple on top of the boil. It's like a sudden javelin or acupuncture point. So caution around that time. But apart from that, tenuously, I'm suggesting it's going to be a bit quieter. So if the planet were my client and all the people were one, I'd be saying as far as July 2023 goes, you can downgrade your defences from 95% down to about 80%, but just watch out for that 18th to the 17th to the 20th period. Apart from that, a little bit more of a steady, stable and consistent month with more and more practicality and hands-on influence becoming the norm as we get into the second half of the month. Catch you next month, folks. Bye.